Hi, I'm Jeremiah, Product Manager for Keylink Fencing and Railing Systems. And today I'm here with Alicia,
Hi.
Business Development Specialist, and we're going to go over some installation tips for our vertical cable railing systems. Now, Alicia, what's one of the first things you do when you open our railing system and take it out of the box?
We want to remove the vinyl sleeve that's at the bottom of the railing system so we can take it apart and start working on removing the nuts.
Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly right. So you're going to remove, first of all, the vinyl insert at the bottom of the rail. Then you're going to take both the top and the bottom rail and separate them. And it's as easy as that. So when you get onto the job site as an installer, you have your top rail, your bottom rail, your vinyl insert, all included in that package, as well as the intermediate support balusters, which we're going to see right here. The next thing we're going to look at when installing the vertical cable section is removing the nuts from the tensioning nuts from the bottom of each cable. Yep. Okay, so the best way to do that is you can rotate the nut itself, but a quick tip that we found and installers seem to love is by rotating the cable, you're actually able to get a lot more rotation in terms of pulling it off quicker. So once you go ahead and remove all of those, and while I'm removing these, Alicia, what's the next thing we're going to do when installing this cable section?
We are going to figure out where the support rods go and remove 2 of the cables in this section.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So how do we plan where to place the support rods? I mean, that's one of the questions we get a lot of times. And so the installation instructions show that where they need to be placed to meet our testing reports, it's every 24 inches. However, if you have less than 24 inches between, you can choose where you want. And that's the beauty of our system, because you can choose where you want to place your support rods.
Right.
So Alicia, here, let's put it in the second and the fourth cable.
Sure.
So what do we do?
So we're going to cut closest to the top rail with the wire cutters.
And the reason we're doing that as close to the top rail as you can is because the crimp at the top of the cable, we want to be sure that we're able to dump that out of the rail once we're done cutting where the support rods are going to go. So, as you can see right there, you cut them close to the top rail and they fall right out. Then what we do, remove those cables through the bottom, and there you have where you're going to be placing both your support rods. Now, another common question we get from the field is, why do you have to remove the vertical cable tensioning nuts? And the reason is, if you don't remove them, you can see here the space between the rails, the support rod doesn't fit. So what we need to do is, even if there is a little thread of that nuts attached, our tolerancing that we designed these to could cause it not to be able to install. So what we want to do, be sure to remove all of the nuts completely, and that will promote an easy installation while in the field. Once that is off, fully extend. The next tip, Alicia, tell me, why do we install the bottom of the support rod into the bottom rail first instead of going top to bottom?
It just allows for an easier insert when you start at the bottom and you're able to rotate the top rail up. And it also is going to help with any scratching that could possibly occur if you would just try to wedge it in place.
Correct, yeah. So due to the fine point that's on the end of each of our intermediate support balusters, we'd rather see a scratch. Obviously, we designed it so there's not going to be any scratching, but we'd rather see a scratch on the top rail, on the bottom of the top rail, as opposed to the top of the bottom rail, which is why you insert into the bottom first, rotate the top rail, and then in. Thanks for watching this video for installation tips on our vertical cable railing system, specifically with the intermediate support rods.
If you want to learn more about how to tension our vertical cable, take a look at the video explaining on how to do so.